Where do I even begin advertising my daycare? Like, what's the first thing I have to do? That's a question that I get asked a lot. So in this video, I decided to take about 9 or 10 minutes to really focus on this one thing, because I think that once you get this right, then everything else kind of falls into place. So before I dive in, welcome to the channel. This is the place for you if you're running a home daycare or a small center and you need help with your marketing. My name is Christina Rizakos and I run the Childcare Business Hub. It is a marketing membership for home daycare providers where we simplify. We actually make marketing feel like a walk in the park for you. If you want to get some more information, I'll put the link under this video. Today, I really wanted to focus on one thing, which is where do I even begin? What's the first step? I'm running a program where I've been in this business for a while. Things are slow. Things that I used to do before are not working right now. And what is the first step I need to take in order to advertise my daycare? And this is my best advice that you can do or you can implement in your program if you are a solopreneur and you're going to be doing this on your own, okay? So you're not working with a marketing agency. The first thing that I would recommend you do when you're advertising or marketing your business is making sure you know what you are selling. Now you're probably thinking, what do you mean? I'm selling a daycare, my services, I'm in daycare, like parents know what to expect. And that may have worked a few years ago when the world was a different place, when competition wasn't as intense as it is now, especially in the online space, when the online space maybe wasn't as busy as it is right now. You have to be able, as a business owner, to know what you are selling. So this is whether you're selling soaps or t-shirts, making candles, or even childcare. Like even if you're in the services business, you need to be able to understand right from the beginning what you are selling. Now you're probably asking yourself, well, how do I do that? Like, what does that even mean for me when I'm running a home daycare? And this is what I do with my clients when I'm working one-on-one with them in the agency. We come up with the basis of their marketing. So once you figure this out, then it's going to trickle down into all your marketing strategy and it's going to actually simplify it for you. If you don't do this work right now, then you're going to be all over the place you're going to be struggling trying to figure out what types of things to put in place. So do yourself a favor, keep watching this video and implement what I'm going to share with you next. The thing that you want to start with is figuring out your offer, figuring out where your program fills in the gap in your community, doing simple market research by using platforms like Google, social media, existing clients, and really just any type of community where local moms and dads are kind of hanging around, and just doing some simple market research by asking them questions, right? So things like, what do you wish we had more of in our community when it comes to childcare services? What would you like to see more of? What would you like to see less of? What is your idea of the perfect childcare program or home daycare provider? Like, what does that look like? And you really want to listen to what they're going to tell you. The other thing you want to do is start doing some research on your competition, right? So actually going on Google and looking at what other providers in your community, even in your neighborhood, what they're offering, what they're charging, what their services are like, what the schedule is like, what type of curriculum are they doing with the kids, and take note, okay? So everything that you're going to be doing in this step is really just market research, asking local families the questions, going into networking groups on Facebook, going into local family groups on Facebook, and obviously using Google and just doing some research to see what your competition is offering out there. The other thing you want to do after that, after you've done that and you've taken all the notes, is you want to figure out what can you offer that your competition won't or just doesn't, that is going to set you apart. How can you fill in the gap in your community after having done your research in those, local family groups, asking the question, what does the ideal, childcare program look like to you? What do you wish they had more of, right? So once you get that feedback, then it's up to you to kind of think, okay, what can I offer? How can I fill in the gap in my community? How can I be the go-to person when a family is looking for, this type of service, right? So I'll give you a few examples. I had a client in my agency that was offering after school workshops. So these were workshops that were very artistic based and science based and STEM based, and they were beautiful, beautiful workshops. So after she did some research in local groups with existing clients, in local elementary schools, and obviously online, we figured out that the timing was kind of preventing families from signing up, right? So the school in her community would get I think it would end by like 3 p.m. and then the kids had about an hour or two to get to where they were supposed to be, right? And her services were only starting after 4, for example. So there was like an hour gap in between. So the parents were saying, I wish I had access to more extracurricular activities like arts and workshops and fun things, educational things like that. But what am I supposed to do with them after school is done, right? So she decided to stretch her hours and offer a pickup service where she would actually go pick up the kids that were signed up obviously to her program, and then she would walk with them or drive them back to her place, and then they would do these workshops together, and then the parents would come pick them up around 5:36 in the afternoon. So this is just one idea. I had another Montessori, a home daycare provider in the US that was trying to figure out what her unique offer was. So when we started doing some research, we figured out that yes, there was a lot of home daycares in her area, but she was the only one that was offering Montessori, bilingual, and she also had specialists come in to do kind of like extracurricular activities like soccer and ballet and karate, so that the moms and dads didn't have to do all that in the weekend on their time, right? All that was taken care of throughout the week. So these are just a few examples of services that if you're able to, obviously, are a great way for you to kind of fill in the gap in your community and really differentiate your program and your services from your competition, right? So that is the first step. That is the first step of advertising or marketing your program. Once you figure out at least 5, I call them unique selling points, 5 ways, 5 services, 5 things that really make your program stand out from the competition, from the large centers in your area, right? Then you can take these 5 unique selling offers and sprinkle them everywhere. You base your entire marketing strategy on increasing awareness to them through social media with paid traffic. You make sure that everyone knows when they land on your website, when they're on your social media, when you're giving your tours, exactly how your program is different from your competition. Then once you start creating buzz and traffic on all your touch points, then it's so much easier for you to sell people on your services because you've done the legwork before, versus posting all sorts of random things or putting a website together that is really generic and not knowing exactly how you stand out from the crowd and basically kind of blending in with every other program in your neighborhood, charging the same fee, looking the same, saying the same things on social media. That's not what you want. You want to make sure that you're adding so much value that a mom and dad would say, yes, like this is the place for you to bring your child, or take my money, you're the provider for me. So market research, local family groups on Facebook, networking groups with other business owners, ask existing clients or clients that have already gone through your program, and research on YouTube or on Google, and just do the work. Like this does take a little bit of work at the beginning, but once you really get clear on your 5 unique selling points, then you have something to sell. So your marketing strategy when it comes to putting up your website, creating content on social media, recording videos, going live and sharing about your program, even having a tour process, right? Putting that together, it becomes so much easier and simpler because you know what you're selling. You know the ideal client you want to work with. You know what their pain points are. You know what they're trying to find in your community, and you are there offering that. So I hope that this video helped. Let me know in the comments what other type of marketing video you'd like to see on this channel. If you are someone that is running a small home daycare or a smaller center and you need help with social media, Facebook ads, I'm going to put some links under this video. You can go ahead and click on those and check them out. And as always, have a blessed weekend, have a blessed week, and I hope that this video really added value and helped you in your business. Bye for now.